In the rich tapestry of the Old Testament, there are stories of remarkable women who played pivotal roles in shaping the course of history. Abigail's narrative, found in the first book of Samuel, is one such story of a woman whose wisdom and courage transformed a dire conflict into a lasting peace. Abigail's story is set in the wilderness of Paran during the time of King David. She was the wife of Nabal, a wealthy and surly man who owned vast flocks of sheep and goats. Despite his wealth, Nabal was known for his harsh and churlish demeanor, which earned him few friends. One day, David and his men, who were fugitives at the time, approached Nabal's shepherds with a request for provisions, acknowledging the help they had provided in protecting Nabal's flocks. David's request was fair, given that his men had shielded Nabal's shepherds from harm and ensured the safety of Nabal's livestock in the wilderness. However, when David sent messengers to Nabal seeking assistance, Nabal responded with insolence and rudeness, refusing to provide any aid to David and his men. David, upon hearing Nabal's contemptuous reply, was enraged and prepared to retaliate by bringing harm to Nabal and his household. It was at this critical juncture that Abigail stepped into the scene, showcasing her remarkable qualities of wisdom, diplomacy, and courage. She learned of her husband's foolish behavior and quickly discerned the grave danger it had placed them in. Abigail took decisive action. She gathered a substantial amount of provisions, including bread, wine, sheep, grain, raisins, and figs, and set out to meet David and his men before they could carry out their intended retribution against Nabal's household. Abigail's encounter with David was a moment of profound significance. When she saw David and his men approaching in a fit of anger, she fell to the ground, displaying utmost humility and respect for David's position as God's anointed future king of Israel. Abigail then delivered a speech that was both eloquent and full of wisdom, seeking to diffuse the situation and prevent David from shedding innocent blood. Her words conveyed her understanding of God's justice and her faith in David's divinely ordained destiny. In 1 Samuel 25:32-33, Abigail said to David, "Please forgive your servant's presumption. The Lord your God will certainly make a lasting dynasty for my lord, because you fight the Lord's battles, and no wrongdoing will be found in you as long as you live. Even though someone is pursuing you to take your life, the life of my lord will be bound securely in the bundle of the living by the Lord your God, but the lives of your enemies he will hurl away as from the pocket of a sling." David was profoundly moved by Abigail's words and her actions. He recognized that Abigail's intervention had been a saving grace, preventing him from acting in haste and anger. In response, he blessed Abigail and praised her for her wisdom and her role in averting bloodshed. When Abigail returned to her home, she found Nabal feasting and drunk, and she wisely chose not to inform him of the crisis that had been averted. It was only the next morning, when Nabal was sober, that Abigail explained what had happened. His heart failed him, and he became as stone, ultimately dying 10 days later. David, upon hearing of Nabal's death, sent for Abigail and proposed marriage to her. She became his wife and joined him on his journey as a future king. The story of Abigail is an incredible testimony to the power of wisdom, humility, and courage in the midst of conflict. Abigail's intervention prevented a violent and unjust retribution, thereby preserving innocent lives. Her actions also exemplify a profound understanding of God's justice and a deep faith in David's anointing as the chosen king of Israel. Abigail's story teaches us the importance of approaching conflicts with wisdom and seeking peaceful resolutions, even in the face of provocation. Her humility and respect for God's anointed leaders stand as an example of how we can navigate challenging situations with grace and integrity. The transformation from conflict to peace in this narrative also underscores the enduring power of wise and courageous individuals in shaping the course of history. Abigail's legacy as a peacemaker and her pivotal role in David's life serve as a lasting testament to the impact one person can have when guided by wisdom, faith, and a commitment to justice and peace.